Oh man, the markets were moving weird today. Just having a hard time seeing it. But had some great conversations. We're gonna go and recap. Decent little rant from the morning, as well as a trade I took. We sit back and enjoy the stream from the main channel, Trades by Matt. And last but not least, the merch is still live for pre-orders right now. You can go see the fall 2024 Nasdaq Cowboy collection by going to shop.tbm.gg. Sit back and enjoy the recap. Yo, good morning. How we doing? Good morning. How we doing? Welcome. Happy Thursday. News-wise today, we have home sales at 9 o'clock, 7 years at noon, and we had jobless claims come in at 7:30, which, if we take a look, didn't really do much. Like, hardly anything, honestly. So that was kind of a non-event. We'll see what 9 o'clock does. Maybe a little movement. We're opening up right around yesterday's value area high. We got value area high at 480. Overnight highs was the jobless claims wick, I guess, at 515 or so. Yesterday's point control at 420. And we got VWAP at 375. Value area low from yesterday at 310. Coming back inside. So I think if we go run the wicks at the highs, obviously things are looking good. If we can go close above that, get some continuation through the 20s, things are looking good there. Through the 20s, you know, on the daily level, we're kind of looking at like bottom of the little short-term range here at like, you know, 600 maybe. See what happens there. Maybe we go test those prior highs from Monday and Tuesday at 700. All possible. And then if we rotate, if we come back inside 480, say we reject 520s, we come back inside the 80s, the 20 to 80 rotation, value area high, then we're kind of looking at that 420 to value area low play. The overnight lows are way lower. I think that was a gap. It looked like a gap on the daily. Just a dirty open gap at 140s. I don't know if that plays today. We'll see. There's nothing to say it doesn't play, right? It just feels pretty far away. I mean, it's what? Almost it's like 460 points away or something. So that's pretty far. So we'll see if that plays, but not really planning on it as of right now. I think the other three areas that we just talked about are more important. 10 seconds till the market opens here. Just a quick reminder to be smart, be patient. Let's have a day. Let's wait for good setups. The wick test fired off a lot yesterday. We'll see if those fire off again today or not. And we'll wait and see how IB plays. And yeah, let's have a day. I think yesterday was pretty exciting. Markets are open. Oops, wrong button. It's lit for the 420. Yesterday's pointing control, I guess. Yeah, yesterday was pretty exciting. Man, I snagged a 40-point trade yesterday. That was like a minute or 2 minutes long. Posted a picture of it in the Discord. So yeah, we'll see if we get that type of movement again or not. I don't know. But for the first 15 minutes, it's gonna be patient. Let things happen. Good morning, Tilted Hat ordered. Nice. Nice, Justin. Yeah, chat, if you haven't, make sure you take a stop by the pinned comment, or you can do exclamation point merch. You can go see the fall collection of the Nasdaq Cowboy. Cool trading gear to wear that's not too tradey, but nice memes for the community that also look cool, like the Tilted Hat. And the golf shirt, the all over print golf shirt, and shirts and hoodies and all the good stuff. So go stop by exclamation point merch or the pinned link at the top, or you can just go to shop.tbm.gg. All right. Looks like we're about to put point of control up here again. That volume, there it is. Yep. Let's say that volume looks very similar. Let's see what happens now if we rotate or not. Delta looks very heavy up here, so you kind of expect us to rotate it, but we'll see. You know, if it was 8:45 already, I probably would actually be kind of interested in a short here. Hello, dumps. I look away for 2 seconds. Yeah, that's the slap that we were just talking about off the point and control flip. I mean, that was kind of written in the sands. Written in the sands? Is that the right phrase there? It just kind of sounded right, but written in the stars? I don't know. Chat, help me out. Writing on the wall. Yeah, writing on the wall for sure. Written in stone. That doesn't sound right. Written in stone? I don't know. Anyways, the point and control flip up at the highs was nice. Really nice. That 600 area that we had talked about. The bottom of the range. We talked about it right before pre-market. 600s and then 700s. So we slapped that so far. We got volume back now at 50s. We'll see if middle of the range. We'll see if we bounce it or not. 2 minutes till I'm green lighted a trade. And it's lit. Well done. Oh, I just lost a sneeze. That's the worst, man. You know, like when you're literally about to sneeze and then it just vaporizes, leaves you all tingly. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. Hate it. All right, August 29th, Thursday. Oh my God, my whole face feels effed now. August 29th, Thursday. My wife asked me to sync her phone, so I threw it into the ocean. That's kind of good. I like that one. I love the ones that are like oddly aggressive like that are typically a play on words, i.e. the balance check one, the infamous balance check. Matt, how do you think you compare to an institutional trader? I don't know, bro. Don't know, don't care. Very few institutional traders are even trading, one, futures, and two, actually scalping futures. Honestly, I don't really care how I compare to anybody else. I'm just here to make my money. Obviously, there's always ways to improve, and that's just life. There's always ways to improve and be better, but like, I'm here to make my money. Perfect perspective, do what you do. Yeah, exactly. Dude, that's such a big problem with just trading in general, man. And like, it's the yin and yang in a negative way, whatever that would be, of doing like social trading like this. Like the positive side of social trading like this is that you can build like an accountability community, learn from each other, help each other be better. The bad side of it is that it becomes like a comparison thing, right? You expect that you should be doing what X, Y, and Z is doing because y'all are in the same group, or because those are the alleged standards that you should be hitting. And that's just like not true. You got to stay in your own lane. So it's like this weird balance of like, even with this, of pros and cons, right? I think a lot of people probably set unrealistic expectations, or from either like a positive or negative side based off this stream, right? And there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. I can try, but like at the end of the day, the stream is purely to build a community of accountability, learn from each other, make each other better, right? I pick up from y'all, y'all pick up from me. But there is a byproduct of that, no matter what, unfortunately, that is, unless you're very ingrained with yourself, of you doing you, right? Or just shitting on each other instead of lifting each other up. Yeah, absolutely. It's happens all the time. I fall into it too. Like, it's fun to joke and stuff, right? But like, at the end of the day, the goal is to pick each other up and make each other better while staying in your own lane. That's the key, right? And the hard part. Set your own expectations. What do you think is like viable? What do you think is reasonable? What do you need, right? I used to talk about that all the time. I haven't really talked about it as much lately. But like, what do you need? I think with trading, it's very important to realize that. What do you need? Because it's very easy to get lost in the numbers on the screen, right? It's very easy to have that taste of epicness, right? The taste of a huge trade and be like, I can do this every day. Do you need that every day? I don't know the answer to that. That's a you question, right? But we all live in different places. We all have different costs of living, different standards of living. How much is enough? What do you need, right? And once you can kind of establish what do you actually need, and how much is my time actually worth, and what was I actually making somewhere else in comparison to trading, really helps you, one, be patient, in my opinion. That's like one of the things that really started driving me to being patient, is like, I don't need to make $3,000 in the first 5 minutes of the day, right? It's kind of insane when you think about it. I'm going to work for 5 minutes, make 3 grand. I see people do it online. I should be able to do it, right? I need to do that, right? It's like, well, you take a step back, you actually start like looking at yourself and you're like, I don't really need to do that. Do I want to be rich? Yeah, we're all here to make money. Let's be real. But like, there's levels to the madness. 500 a day to make the same as my salary job. Yeah, right? And so it's like, you take that perspective and you're like, okay, I'm looking at 25 points on one account. 25 points on one account. Is that doable? Absolutely. Is there enough setups that are like actually typically good setups for, 2 10-pointers, 3 10-pointers in a day? The answer is yes, usually. But you got to be patient for it, right? Because it's going to take, potentially 8 hours for it. And that is where the dots started connecting for me of like, I just should sit and wait. Why should I force things, right? 500 bucks a day is 6 figures a year. It's doable, in quotes, right? Doable. Not saying it's doable for everybody or right away or whatever, but like the market gives that. And then you start taking those concepts of like, okay, that's doable. And then you start looking at your data and you're like, wow, oddly enough, I get up $500 a day pretty often. And then I end up pissing it away because I want more. And that's where the whole question of what's enough comes in, right? Wow, like you look at your data and you're like, wow, almost all the days of the week, I'm typically up, you know, a couple $100, $500, $700. And then I want more. I want to push it to 1,000, or I want to push it to 2,000, or whatever your number is, right? Your data will show that. And then I start to piss it away. I take too many trades. I make terrible decisions. I get tired. I get emotionally tired. My emotional capital's gone. And then I end up with no money or negative money. And then I'm sad. When if I had just had some perspective on what's enough and looked at my data to show like what my brain kind of feels is enough also, then it's just about stacking days, right? It's very easy to forget that trading is a stacking days profession, because trading feels very much as a you hit a home run every day, right? You want to hit a home run every day. You want to have knockout days every day. I said it earlier this week. I'll say it again. Most of the days are just about surviving, getting little base hits, staying a little bit green, hopefully, right? A couple $100 green or whatever it is, right? And then you have those days where the market's just like sent from the heavens and it all makes sense. And then you are able to lock in a big one, right? But that shouldn't be the day, like that shouldn't be the thought process every day. You got to stack those days. Stacking days equals a lot more money in the long run, from my perspective and experience. So anyways, it's a good thought exercise. At the very least, if you don't like what I'm saying, that's fine. But at the very least, I think it's a good thought experiment on just kind of dissecting what you think is enough, reevaluating what you think is enough if you haven't done it in a while, and reevaluating if it's doable for you or not. But I would take a gander that most people are capable of making what they think they need to make, what they actually view as doable. I would take a gander and say that it's possible for most people. They just end up pissing it back, because that is a very common theme with trading. We're kind of chopping here. I mean, it's like a 70 point chop, but barcoding. A floor trader in Chicago traded 300 bigs regularly. Asked, how did you learn to trade this size? And he said the difference between 3 and 300 contracts is a couple of zeros. Focus on the signal. Yeah, I also think that was a different time, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, to be perfectly honest, I think that was a different time. I think it's a lot different in today's screen trading era. 700 maybe? Run yesterday's highs and Monday's highs. So we were talking about pre-market. 700s. Feels pretty doable right now, not gonna lie. Delta's a little weird. Kind of weird pushes and stuff, but kind of feels like we go run for it, right? What's the liquidity looking like up there, huh? Pretty juicy. We just have news in a minute, 2 minutes. Anyways, that was an early morning rant. I was not expecting that. Sorry to make it all serious right away, but I think it's a good thing to listen to, honestly. All right, there's news, and look at the block that just popped up at the prior highs. How much is it? 200 sitting up there at 09. That was home sales? Pending home sales that just came out. You said 700s, here they are. Yeah, I mean, we did talk about a pre-market. It feels like a weird way to get there, to be honest. Pretty like, honestly, pretty volatile to get there. At least the first little bit. Kind of big explosions. Big slaps, big explosions, but we're kind of working our way up there slowly but surely. I would like to get involved on that push up into liquidity. 700, 720s. I just got to figure out how to do it. Like maybe it is hugging 650. Don't even know if we get that opportunity. Did we bounce off this prior high? Not even. 52s. Like if I buy 51s, you gotta give it like 15 points, which kind of sucks. But look, they're just pulling it up. Now it's at 760s, 750s. That's the 51 test. Okay, something like that, where it flips super red. Looks like I probably just get insta stopped. Insta stopped. I was down for that. That's a good stop out. I mean, that's a 20-point flush instant. I took 12 points there. 12 points of pain there. And here's the potential at 615. 620 is also an interesting spot. It flipping red, I thought was going to send us lower, which it did. A fairly cheap trade. I'm interested in this liquidity at 700s. I think most of us are, which it seems like they kind of pulled it. Not really going to complain about that trade, to be honest. I think it was a good shot off the top of the range, and I got out where I thought it made sense, and we flushed another 30 points off of it. So on to the next.